Hello everybody, welcome back to the Ham Radio Crash Course. My name is Josh, amateur radio call sign KI6NAZ. I'm making this video on November 9th, 2020. And the reason that I'm specifying the date right up front is because we're going to be talking about this, the Xiegu GSOC, which is a control head interface for the G90 and X5105 QRP radio. I got this unit last week. I did a live stream going in totally blind and just walking through the features as they kind of came to me. And I experienced some issues with it. Good, but a considerable amount of bad. And since last week, I've seen more reports of people online on the GSOC groups.io group with problems that they've had with their unit. I'll say this right up front because we are going to go to the tabletop and I'm going to show you these issues. I'll say right up front, given where we're at right now with this, I wouldn't pick up this unit. I would wait. If you already have one, I heard that there's possibly some issues getting a return. I'm very sorry about that. I'm kind of in the same boat with you. I did buy this unit. I'm going to give it some time and I'm going to update the firmware because I'm hoping that a lot of this can be fixed. I'm going to walk through it right now. Thank you for watching. Again, this is going to be a pretty no-frills video. I'm just going to go straight into it, and we're going to go because I want to get this out as soon as I can to everybody. So again, thank you for watching. I do appreciate it. Okay, so I have a list of issues here that we're going to go through, and I'm going to start it off by talking about cat control because a lot of people were confused when I did the live stream. This is basically a little Android computer, okay? It's an Android tablet, and it's running specialty software to give this overlay and lock you out from the computer aspect of it. On the side, there are two USB-A ports, and to date, I have demonstrated that it will work with things like keyboards, input devices, and that works fine. If you try to connect a computer to the A ports, it won't work. They don't show up on your computer as a port that you can use with WSJTX or whatever software. So that's a problem first and foremost. For those of you that do digital, it's not going to work for digital out of the box. Now, you can set this to Vox and use the outbound audio port for doing digital, but you do not have cat control, at least at this time of recording. Again, this is November 9th, 2020. If things change for the better, that's awesome. But as of right now, you can't do cat control. All right, so issue 2 in the PSK modem mode, if you will, it covers up two of the most important gauges. Power output's great, but you really need to be able to see your SWR and your ALC in case anything changes, because you're often going to be doing full duty cycle when you're doing digital modes. So having that covered is a major problem. Now this is just a nit, this second item, but if you want, you can't click around on the green or the black screen to make the green line jump around. It doesn't do anything. You have to double click on the numbers here, and I actually had to use a keyboard to get in here. But then once you have that selected, you can then use the VFO to control this. And it does move the green line. So it's just something to keep in mind. Not the greatest. It would be better. This is a touchscreen after all, but you know, whatever. Another issue, this notch filter center control, it doesn't seem to do anything. I can't notch out any portion of this single sideband conversation going on right now. So I don't know if this is some functionality in the unit, if it's not connecting to the G90 appropriately, I don't know. Another issue, the website shows Bluetooth and Wi-Fi capable in this unit. I've not seen anything to control Bluetooth or Wi-Fi. Here's your system menu. These are your only options that you have. We have no deeper control. There's no way to go deeper into the radio. You have controls that you can see here. We tried to find it when I did the live stream, but it advertises Bluetooth and Wi-Fi. I don't know how to find it, and frankly, I don't think that we have the control for it right now. Maybe that's a firmware fixable thing, but as of right now, you can't use it. Okay, so sound cards, another kind of problem. This device, again, advertises 2 sound cards. So a lot of people believe that you'd have the sound card for the audio that's coming out of the unit via the speaker, you know, via the headphone jack and all that, and then a second sound card would be accessible with the ports. But that's not the case, again, because we know we can't connect to it with a computer and see anything. Nothing shows up. So I don't think this has sound card accessibility at this point. Again, something that is likely firmware patchable, but as of right now, not working. So there's another advertisement issue. The RJ45 plug is for the speaker mic or the microphone. It's not Ethernet. It's only a microphone. So saying RJ45 doesn't imply that you'll have network access. No, it's implying that the microphone is RJ45, which is maybe a localization issue, maybe something when they were writing the manual or the ad copy for it. But either way, you don't have internet through RJ45. All right, so speaking of documentation and ad copy, I'm just pulling from their website, but it does come with this very, very poor manual. It's a quick start guide. It's not a manual. And in fact, there are pages that are upside down, in this case, right here. It does not help answer anything on how to use this unit, really. It does not give you any deeper understanding of how this works. And there isn't an online manual to use for this device. So that is a big problem. All right, so for this one, this is where we start dipping into territory that may be beyond what firmware can fix. I don't know. I'm going to switch this over to a dummy load for this example. All right, we are on a dummy load right now. And there is a persistent spur wherever you tune. It's always there. And it confuses me every time I see this. And what's worse is this is right on your center frequency, basically. But check this out. If we go back to the scope level and we open up the span, look at all this noise. I don't have any of this on my 7300 in the same configuration, same dummy load, basically the same, almost the same long run or short run of a patch cable into the dummy load. And what I want you to pay attention to is watch how nothing moves. Nothing is sliding on the waterfall. Nothing's sliding on the spectrum display. Nothing's happening. It's just these ambient spurs. So that likely means that there's something in the receiver, or more likely, there's RFI that this is producing that is messing with the G90 receiver or just the display. Because remember, this isn't a radio, this is just the display. So this is likely putting out some kind of internal RFI, and you're seeing it on the screen. It's very frustrating because this little line in the middle is always there, even when you have the radio connected to an antenna and not a dummy load. Here's a big problem. This is really for people that do CW. I'm going to click the key, and I want you to notice the side tone. You hear how delayed it is? Again, I'm going into a dummy load. I can't, my brain is getting messed up when I'm hearing it back to me because it's not matching my finger press. Very frustrating. Watch here. I can't make heads or tails of it. And so that's bothering people a lot. And I'm guessing, again, it's this connection to the G90. There's something in the way that it's cabled or something, some kind of lag. I don't know that's causing this. And again, I'm on a dummy load. You can still see we've got these spurs here, and you've got this center spur right in the middle. Very frustrating. And so the last thing is just random crashes. During my live stream, you can go back, I'll post the link in the description and it'll be up in the cards. I just had random crashes throughout the live stream. I couldn't get around it. I would do something like plug the keyboard in and it would just die. It would just restart. Randomly, when I was futzing around with it and PSK reporter after I had the keyboard connected correctly, it'd crash again. So there's a lot of jank. Jank is the word I would use, I guess, for this. And Yeah, let me go back to the camera here so you can see my pretty face. So those are my issues with the Xiegu G90. I know there are more issues that I haven't documented here. If you have one of these units and you're having problems, post in the description what your comments you're facing. These are problems that I feel should have been ironed out before it went to the market. These are, I think, mostly problems that can be fixed in firmware and a software update, but there are some that are very concerning, like the RFI, the hash that you see on the screen. I don't know how much of that is fixable at all. So at this point, I would tell you to hold off. If you don't have one of these units or you're thinking about buying one, you haven't made up your mind, I would say wait. Wait, and specifically, if you're very interested in this, make sure you keep an eye on the Xiegu GSOC groups.io. I will post the link in the description for that. And listen to the comments that are coming in because they are fascinating what people are experiencing, not just with the unit, but trying to communicate with the company. And that's a part that's very much more concerning because there are people that are trying to get refunds on this unit and they seem to be having a lot of difficulty with it. So that's very, very concerning for lots of reasons. I wish this video was coming to you on better terms and it was, I got to show you this whiz-bang thing and it was lots of fun. But sadly, it's not. It seems like this needed a little bit more time in the oven, if you will, to really come out and give you what you're paying for based off of what they are asking, which is, again, not an inexpensive unit. It's $550 on top of the cost for the G90. These are separate units. When bought together, you're over $1,000 all in with this unit. Now, I will remind everyone that I like the G90. It's a fine radio. It's an inexpensive radio, and the quality is commensurate to what you pay, $450 or about. I'm not making any complaints about the G90 radio today. I'm only talking about the GSOC unit, the head unit. Again, it's a head unit. We've discovered it's likely running Android, some kind of tablet OS or something along those lines. And part of the problem may lie in there. I don't know what to say other than wait and see at this point. So I hope this was helpful. I hope this removes some of the misunderstandings that people have. I want to make sure I'm very, very open and clear with you when I get something that is problematic. I would like to talk to the Xiegu folks if I can, and we can kind of give examples of what's going on. But really, I would tell them, go look at the groups.io group page because all the details are there, and there's many people that are having similar problems. Anyway, I'm Josh, KI6NAZ. Thank you for watching the Ham Radio Crash Course. Please subscribe, and I'll talk to you later. See ya.